Alright, what's up guys? Sanj here and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're going to be doing a versus episode 4 weeks out from the Tampa Pro featuring IFBB pros Iain Valliere and Hunter Labrada. So if you guys are interested, make sure you guys stay tuned. All right, guys. So we're 4.5, almost 4 weeks out from the 2020 Tampa Pro, and I'm very excited to see exactly who shows up and how they show up. Specifically, today I want to talk about what I think Hunter Labrada is going to be bringing to the stage, and also what Iain Valliere has brought to the stage and what he continues to bring to the stage. So if you do not know who these guys are, on the left, Hunter Labrada is a IFBB pro, recently turned pro. This is going to be his first debut, his professional debut in the IFBB, and he's going to be competing at the 2020 Tampa Pro in 4 weeks. On the right is Canadian IFBB pro Iain Valliere. Now, I'll throw it on the screen for you guys real quick so you can see exactly what I'm talking about here. So from what, okay. So from what I've seen, Iain Valliere has been competing since 2018. From what I found, where he placed 4th at the Indy Pro, and then later 4th at the Vancouver Pro, and then later in the year he placed 1st at the Big Man Weekend over in Spain. He followed that up with the 2018 Olympia, placing the 14th. And then he placed a 2nd, 4th, 3rd, and 3rd in 2019 at the Tampa Pro, the Portugal Pro, the Vancouver Pro, and his very own Canadian Toronto Pro. So Iain has a large list of big shows that he's competed at and placed top 6. So we definitely expect him to be placing in the top 6 here. Last year he placed top 3, and like I said in the last video where we talked about Iain, he placed behind Dexter Jackson and Luke Sandeau. And since both of those guys, for different reasons, are not competing this year at the 2020 Tampa Pro, I expect Iain to be placing at least 1st or 2nd, unless somebody comes up and knocks him out of the first place spot. And that's where we get to Hunter Labrada. Hunter Labrada is doing great this season. He's put on a ridiculous amount of size, and he's also been able to master conditioning from what I've been able to see. He's been posting progress photos almost weekly, if not bi-weekly, leading up to this 2020 Tampa Pro. The amount of size and conditioning that Hunter is going to be bringing to this stage is something that he has not shown before. So the real question is, 4 weeks out, how does Hunter Labrada measure up to the potential winner of the 2020 Tampa Pro, Iain Valliere? So let's go ahead and get into that. So we're going to be doing another side-to-side comparison, and we're going to be comparing them side-to-side to see exactly how they were to compare if, say, so there is going to be a little bit of discrepancy here. This is Iain's showing last time he was on stage last year at the 2019 Tampa Pro. So obviously he's been able to probably put on 3, 4, maybe 5, if not more pounds of muscle. And as long as his conditioning and his prep goes well into this show, like I assume it will, he is not one to falter when it comes to prep and getting ready for shows and bringing that conditioning. Conditioning is something that Iain is well known for, and I don't expect him to falter there. But Iain does not post a lot of revealing photos. He is as we would say, an old school bodybuilder. He likes the muscle to do the talking on the show day on stage, like the traditional bodybuilders did in the early 2000s and later. Hunter Labrada is a new era bodybuilder. He is brought up on Instagram. He's been brought up around bodybuilding, so he's going to be using Instagram and other social media tools to build hype around him coming into his 2020 IFBB Pro debut. Now, like I said, we're going to be doing a side-to-side comparison, and the first shot I want to do for you guys is the front double bicep. So obviously, as you can see, Iain Valliere did not get a fantastic photo done at the 2020 Tampa Pro, and unfortunately he never responded to me as of recording this video, so I did the best I could with what I have, so I hope you guys enjoy. Now, obviously, Hunter has been posting fantastic photos, great, gym lighting footage, so there is going to be some discrepancy there. So overall, I think Iain, for the most part, is going to be coming away with great conditioning. Obviously, he's actually on stage, whereas Hunter is still 4 weeks out. A lot can happen in 4 weeks. I think overall, I like the way Hunter presents his package. It looks very similar to Iain's, except I feel like Hunter just looks a little bit wider and kind of jumps out to you at the screen. Maybe that is the footage or the way they're shooting those photos. So in this shot, I actually like Hunter's physique better than Iain's. Of course, there's going to be some discrepancies. Next, we have the front lat spread. Now, I think Hunter is going to be coming away with the overall size compared to Iain when it comes to the chest. I think that Hunter's chest just looks a lot fuller, and maybe it's the way he's presenting it. It looks like he's kind of driving them elbows up a little bit higher, where Iain just looks a little bit more, I would say, maybe stiff. It doesn't look like he's presenting it the best way he could. I feel like Iain could pop his chest a little bit more, and maybe he can have a little redemption coming into this 2020 Tampa Pro. Actually seeing him on stage, he might be able to do a little bit better. The lats, I feel like the lats are for the most part the same. I would hesitate to give Hunter the one up just because I feel like his lats just look a little bit more well presented, and the larger chest does complement the overall package and the presentation of that package. Legs, I feel like overall the leg size compared to Iain's is going to give him the nod from the judges, although the separation and conditioning is definitely going to Iain. Of course, him being on stage and Hunter being 4 weeks out, there is that discrepancy. Side chest, overall I think Hunter has a larger presentation. I feel like although he might not be able to present his package as well as Iain does, as you can see, Iain is pushing that far side shoulder out a little bit more, getting a little bit more striations, a little bit better presentation. I still think that Hunter overall has the size in the arms and the chest and the calves to get the nod from the judges, not to undersell the separation in Iain's sweep of his quads. It literally looks like it's just two different slabs of beef on that guy. Now, side chest, side chest hands down has to go to Hunter. The way he presents his tricep, where it looks like it's just there's something growing out of his triceps, where Iain's, I don't know if it's the angle or potentially he's just was in the middle of getting that flex going. He wasn't able to actually present it before the photo was taken. But Hunter's tricep, I think, looks a lot better than Iain's in this shot. And I already stated earlier, the quad separation has to go to Iain, although the calves I'm going to give to Hunter. And it is actually nice that they both hit the shot in similar fashion. I think it makes it a lot better for myself and for the judges to really pick apart the physique and see exactly what matches and what is going to stand apart on stage. So with this back double bicep, I feel like they're fairly comparable in most parts. So Iain's bicep peak is going to be a little bit more fuller, but it does look like it is uneven from the left to the right. You can clearly see, and maybe it's bicep development, maybe it's just the way he's holding it, maybe not flexing the wrist as much. There's a lot of things that go into it, obviously, but I'm just saying what I'm seeing. And if you look at Hunter's arms are overall larger and more balanced. The peaks of the bicep looked very, very similar, and the triceps, for the most part, also look similar, although I will say that his left bicep does look like it has a little bit more separation, and it's kind of interesting to look at that. Now, getting into the back lat spread, Hunter overall has a larger, how do you want to say it? He has a larger spread over Iain. If you look at the way the shield of the lats, it has a nice lean taper towards his posing trunks, and then it really opens up into those rhomboids and rear delts and even into the arms there. It looks wider, it looks fuller. Potentially, maybe it's the angle, but when you look at Iain's looks like they're, unfortunately, the way he's posing it, it does look like there is a gap in his physique. The way that, I mean, there's just space there. And if you look at Hunter's looks like a just solid slab of American beef, and Iain looks like he has a little bit of gaps when it comes to the overall presentation. Maybe it's the way he's holding it, maybe it's the way the camera took the shot, but it's undeniable to say that his lat insertions are different than Hunter's. Hunter's looks like his lats are connecting all the way down to with the top of the glutes, very reminiscent of a younger, more conditioned, in-season Kai Green, if I'm able to say that myself. Next, we have the front most muscular. Unfortunately, these are different. Most musculars, we have the double hands clasped with Iain Valliere on the right, and we have the one hands on the hip from Hunter Labrada on the left. So overall, I like Hunter's presentation. I think that the way he presents his physique in this shot makes him look wider. And you might think, well, what about with the lat spread there? You know, there was gaps, and you said that Iain's didn't look as good because of that. I feel like it's a lot different when it comes to the front most muscular, especially the way Hunter holds it here. It's just, when I look at it, I feel like that looks more aesthetic, whereas Iain's, it makes him look, it almost makes him look stringy, if I can say that. I feel like his chest looks smaller the way he's holding it here. Although it does show a fantastic set of arms, abdominals, and completely diced to the socks quadricep muscles, it just feels like he's missing something, or he's overemphasizing the length of his legs, as Iain is a taller bodybuilder. Now you're gonna ask, what's my thought on the placings of Iain versus Hunter at the 2020 Tampa Pro? And I don't think the judges are going to give Hunter Labrada the nod over Iain Valliere for a couple different reasons. Now, if Iain brings the conditioning that we know that he does and he has and probably will, I feel like his conditioning is going to give him that win. And also, with Hunter being a new bodybuilder on the scene, there is a potential that he hasn't really earned his stripes to win a big show right off the bat. He's a little wet behind the ears, if you know what I mean. On the same note, almost opposite, Hunter has a lot of hype going into the show. A lot of people are talking about it, hence why I've already made 2 videos talking about Hunter. I mean, he's making his presence known on the social media platforms. He's doing interviews. He's doing a lot of different stuff with Gasp and different content creators on YouTube. He's doing a lot of workout videos. He's all over the place. He's making his name known as a threat, as a potential threat to the top 6 Olympia. I don't know. It's kind of difficult to gauge something like that, where a bodybuilder can win a big show, as Iain won the 2018 Big Man show in Spain, and then not even 6 months later, he places 14th at the Olympia. It really comes down to who shows up on stage at that day. And unfortunately, we're far enough out from the 2020 Tampa Pro that we don't know exactly everyone that's going to be showing up. We can't give you a long formatted breakdown of every single person that's coming into the show, what their consistency history is, what their presentation history is, what they've been able to bring to the stage in terms of the amount of muscle they've been able to put on in the off season, and also the conditioning that they've been able to bring on stage. There's so much that goes into figuring out and giving an educated guess on who the top 6 are going to be at a show. It's just something that we can't really do. That's something that I can't really do 4 weeks out. So that's really going to do it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the longer formatted videos, really breaking down physiques, getting to know the bodybuilders, being familiar with their names. I think is kind of nice, especially if you're a real bodybuilding fan and you actually go to shows and meet these guys. I think it's going to help you a lot in a lot of different facets of your life. Now, of course, the best way to support this channel, liking the videos does help me know if you guys really enjoyed the videos. Subscribing is a big one for me, guys. We're trying to get to that 1,000 mark so we can start getting some money, so we can start getting more giveaways, of course. And, of course, if you guys want to really support the channel, you can use my sponsored athlete discount code SANCH15 at goldeneranutrition.com. That helps me solidify this sponsorship so I don't have to keep buying supplements every week and every month. All right, but that's pretty much it, guys. I really do appreciate you guys stopping in and checking out this video. If you stayed this long, comment bananas in the comment section below, guys. I'll enter you for a giveaway or something. Let me know what you guys are interested in. If you guys want pre-workouts, proteins, anything like that, we can definitely figure something out, guys. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.